Equilateral triangle review. Determining the area of an equilateral triangle quickly will help in the next series of exercises. What is the height of the triangle? By the Pythagorean theorem, we have that h squared, so this is h squared plus s over 2 squared equals s squared. So when you solve, we get the height equals s times the square root of 3 over 2. It follows that the area of an equilateral triangle is given by s squared times the square root of 3 over 4. The surface area of a prism equals the area of any net that creates it. Example A. The bases of a right triangular prism are equilateral triangles with sides 6 units long. So 6, 6, and 6. The height of the prism is 10 units. What is the surface area of the prism? Alright, so our equilateral triangles have side lengths of 6. These rectangles are 6 by 10. And then using the equation we figured out on the previous slide, we can see that the total surface area is 18 times the square root of 3 plus 180 for all of these rectangles. Example B. The bases of a right hexagonal prism are regular hexagons with sides 8 units long. The height of the prism is 10 units. What is the surface area of the prism? Alright, so first let's figure out the area of one hexagon. So if we take that hexagon, divide it up into equilateral triangles, we know the area of one equilateral triangle is s squared times the square root of 3 over 4. S in this case is 8, so 64 times the square root of 3 over 4, that is 16 times the square root of 3. So each of these triangles has an area of 16 times the square root of 3. So if we multiply that by 6 to figure out the area of the full hexagon, that is 96 square root of 3. So this has an area of 96 times the square root of 3. This has an area 96 times the square root of 3. Now we know that each side of the hexagon is 8. So this length here is 8. This length here is 10, since that is the height. So each of these rectangles has an area of 80. 8 times 10. 80 all the way over. So 80 times 6 is 480 plus 2 times 96 times the square root of 3, since there are two bases, gives us 192 times the square root of 3. Here is the solution. See, each hexagon has an area of 96 times the square root of 3, so two of those add up to 192 times the square root of 3, and then all of these rectangles add up to 480.